How's it going, 10 gauged? I just recorded this, but it was way too long. I didn't realize. It was like 16 minutes. Okay, it wasn't way too long, but it was like a minute too long. And I was kind of pissed. But we're chilling now. We're chilling once again. I'm just going to start right into this and swag it up. I'm going to go least favorite to favorite. Starting off with the number one, the person I don't really like. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Will. God. Dude, watching him verbally assault Shirin was like the darkest moment I've ever seen on Survivor, and I consider myself a super fan. Um, Darkest moment, couldn't believe it. He not only is playing a bad strategic game, but an incredibly bad social game, both in the game and for when he comes out, which he already has. But you guys get the idea when it's announced to the public that he didn't do the right thing, and then before the episode, tweeting out to get the popcorn and be ready. Like really, he didn't even know, he didn't even that's a sign he didn't even realize. He had no idea how impactful that was until the episode aired, and now who knows if he'll even be at the reunion? I don't know. I'm not sure if I would if that were me, man. It was pretty sad. It's pretty yeah, just wrong, all around wrong, man. Doesn't this guy look so cheeky, like a cheeky little fuck, even in this picture, man? Dan. Uh, I'm gonna start off by saying I don't think Dan's a bad guy. I think he's kind of ignorant. That's about all I think about him. His sexist statements I think were said more out of ignorance than anything else. I really think he really wanted to be on the show and kind of practice too much. You know what I mean? He kind of has the Dan Giesling sort of everything he says is scripted. That's what it sounds like at least. No offense to you, Dan, big fan, but like I know you think about a lot before you speak, and so when it comes out, it can sound a little phony to me for some reason. Um, oh no, I shouldn't say that. Sorry, Dan. I love you. Anyway, not this Dan. Dan, I don't like this Dan. I'm talking about Dan Giesling from Big Brother. Okay, anyway, but I just realized I had the same name. This Dan is not fun. He's just not playing a good game. Nothing I can respect. He plays emotionally, and then when he plays with his head, he's making the wrong decision, like as seen last night at Tribal Council, for instance. That's when he was playing with his head. Playing with his heart would have actually, got him a step in the right direction. But it is what it is. All right, coming up next is kind of the indifferent part. Sierra, she hasn't done much. Just to plain and simple. She's had a lot of opportunities to make moves. She hasn't made them. It's definitely a big reason why she's not getting any edit. She's not even there. Like I didn't even know her name for a long time. So I'm sorry, Sierra, man, but it could just come down to that there are bigger personalities this season, or you could just, in the words of Cochran, have a vanilla personality. But I mean, to get cast in Survivor is no easy feat. So anyway, next is Rodney. Rodney has been moving up in the ranks. I think he's crazy and he freaks me out, but I think he's playing the game, and I really respect that. Um, that's basically all I have to say about Rodney. He's playing the game. He is a little loose on his emotions. He tries to bring it back together. He fucks up, and then he's like, "Oh no, I fucked up." Kind of like Tony, but I think a lot less smart than Tony. I think Tony was particularly Survivor savvy. Um, and coming up next is Mama C, and I am pretty indifferent on her as well. Interestingly enough, though, because she was a really highlighted pre-merge player, kind of like Sherry, guys. If you guys remember Sherry, very highlighted pre-merge player that flopped at the merge. It's weird. That's one of the weird trends you see sometimes. It's like they pin a front runner, and they're just like, just kidding, man. It's same thing happening to Caroline as did with Cherie in Fans versus Favorites 2. Yes, that's right. Where she dominated the pre-merge, had a great alliance going, and just got AIDS at the merge. Just was like, by the way, you're no longer playing the game. Got kind of freaked out, maybe. I don't know. Caroline, I think, is a good example of this. Part of the reason I'm indifferent still instead of liking her is because Jen said she didn't like her, and Jen's really like chill about things. So when the no colors don't like someone, it makes me feel like there's a reason not to. But I'm still pretty indifferent on Mama C. Coming up next is Tyler. Tyler's actually the first guy I really like. I really like this season. I've been looking at him from afar, I've been looking at him from a gameplay standpoint, probably from the first or maybe in the second episode, something really early on, as someone who I think is getting the winners at it. So Tyler's my I'm pinning it. I think he's gonna win. Um, I think he has himself in a really good spot in a majority alliance and even in a core majority alliance where he's still not the first threat to go. Basically, I'm struggling to see a route where Tyler doesn't get to the final three. I'm struggling. Unless it's a final two, then maybe we have something to work with. But I really think Tyler is at least gonna make it to the final three. I think he's in a really good spot in the game. I think he knows when to flip, and I think it might even be on the next episode. Coming up next is Shirin. Interesting editing they've done this season, isn't it? To have Shirin go from almost my favorite player this game, from being everyone's just like, originally. She's getting a very interesting edit. I don't think she's gonna win. I really don't think she's gonna win. I would be shocked if she won. If I get quoted on this and she wins, I'm gonna be so like pissed at myself. But she, I think one of the best moments, I think the best moment this season was when Will crying, the scumbag, asks for his letters from home, and Probe says, "All right, but everyone has to agree," and Shirin says, "I don't." That was pretty badass, man. It was really intense. It won a lot of respect from me to her. Um, don't think she can win. Think she's definitely a good player. I think she'll definitely be on another season. Yeah, that's what I have to say about Shirin. Go up next. The final, the big guy, the guy that is my favorite right now is Mike. And I've never not liked Mike. I got to start out saying that because that's probably why he's my favorite now. I've liked Mike the entire game. He hasn't been my favorite, but the moment he almost didn't buy the letter, I was just like, oh, my mouth was like on the fucking floor. I was like, if he doesn't buy the letter, probably be the most insane, just cutthroat survivor moment in a long time. Maybe even forever. I shit you guys not. Like even you feel like messing with family is a big deal, but um, and he ended up not doing it, which it kind of bummed me out, but it did show me that he's ready. He's ready to slit some throats. Like he just has to feel like he's not fucking himself by doing it, which unfortunately sort of did, sort of. I'm not sure if I buy that it actually did. I still think that he has Dan in a way. I really don't think Mike's going home anytime soon. But basically, I think what's interesting is that when Mike was not the underdog, when he was ahead of everybody, when he was the top guy, everyone disliked him. But right when I saw that he had all of a sudden, in an instant, became the underdog, it was just like, yeah, this is the character that I want to win Survivor. This is the guy because I want him to fight for it. I want him to work even harder for it than he has for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being crazy, but I think other people agree with me on this, and I would love to see Mike win. Do I think he's gonna win? Nope, I do not think Mike is going to win. I don't think he stands a chance, actually. I think he might make Final Four and lose then. I think it'll be Final Four voted out. If he makes the Final Three and he loses from there, I don't see a way that happens. So if Mike makes the Final Three, I think he'll win. Um, if Mike and Shirin make the Final Three, that might actually get interesting because then you might see votes split between Mike and Shirin and whoever else is there. But that's a very, very like seemingly impossible scenario. So Mike definitely 100% my favorite as of right now. I gotta wrap this up before I go over again. And my favorite this whole season so far, honorable mention, Jen. I think what's great about Jen, I think what we all liked was that she was kind of a refreshing and different character who wasn't there for the money, and honest to God, wasn't there for the money. Just kind of wanted to mess around and have a good time, and that's definitely why I think they're bringing Greg back for next season. He's, the same way, just the funny thing to watch, and she did, for what it's worth, she did play a good game up until the point where she stopped playing. That still kind of rubs me a little bit the wrong way. I don't think we'll see her back. I don't think she liked being there. But really fun to watch. I hope we do see her back. I hope they offer her enough money to come back. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Keep us under 10 minutes. Peace out, homies.